You know Sandra well. Okay, so
recording now.
Thank you. Yeah, if you've got any questions, take yourself off mute, but just pop yourself back on mute if that's okay. If you don't want to take yourself off mute, you can pop questions in the chat or comments in the chat. Sandra and our team will be keeping an eye out in the chat to answer your questions. So tonight is a Christmas gift cooking class. So you get some really good ideas on things that you can cook for or cook or make as little teachers' gifts or gifts for friends at work and stuff like that. There's a really good range, I think, of things that you can choose from. So I don't know if I forgot anything, Sandra. I'm good? Okay. So we're going to start with Val. Val, are you good to go?
Hi, Mary. I'm good to go. Okay. So today I'm making the garlic oil, the infused garlic oil. So all it needs is just two simple ingredients, just some garlic and some extra virgin olive oil. So to get started, we need to put 8 to 12 garlic cloves peeled and lightly crushed. So I've already prepared this earlier. So I've got about 12 garlic cloves because I wanted to make it a bit more garlicky. So I'll just pop that in there. And then we need 500 grams of extra virgin olive oil. Just pour that in. Sorry, guys. Okay, so then what we need to do then is cook it then for about 20 minutes on Varoma on speed 1. So Mary, I'm happy to come back in about 20 to 30 minutes to show you.
Maybe just pop it in the chat when you're good to go, and then Sandra can let us know, or you can pop your hand up when there's a gap.
No worries, sounds good.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to go to Carolyn, who's going to do caramelized red onion chutney. Carolyn, are you good to
go? My phone decided to switch off, of course, but I am ready to go. Hello, everyone, and kia ora. So today I'm cooking the caramelised red onion chutney, and with that I'm actually going to double the recipe because with making Christmas gifts, one lot of the chutney actually only fills up one 300 milligram jar. So what I'm actually going to do is actually double the recipe today. So I made 2. So I start cooking. So we've got 25 grams of olive oil. So it's actually going to be 50 grams of carrot. $35, $40, $45, $46, exactly. Next is 500 grams of red onion, and I'm actually going to do, as I said, double it, kilo, which I've chopped these up already, so in preparation for today. Most of these I will go over here. Nearly. I'm going to place the splash guard on. And start for about 20 minutes and then I'll come back.
Perfect. Thanks, Carolyn. So we're going to go over to Rachel now, who's going to show us pistachio cranberry cookie gift jars. Are you good to go, Rach? Maybe I can go to Tamara.
Sorry, I
couldn't
unmute.
I couldn't find you.
Sorry.
As Mary said, I'm making cranberry and pistachio cookie gift jars. In the interest of saving time, I've already made one, which I'll go through in a second. So I'm just going to start cooking it now. So it's asking me for 200, sorry. I should have done this. Sorry, my bad. Oh, I feel so bad. I've preheated the oven. I've already lined the trays. So 200 grams of soft butter, which I'm putting in there now. And 2 large eggs, which I've pre-cracked into a jar. Handy tip, just in case there's anything wrong with them. And I've inserted the measuring cup, and now it's going to go for 30 seconds on speed 4. So here's the one I prepared earlier. So I've just done it in the order that it says on the recipe. So oats, flour, light brown sugar, caster sugar, and then I've got the cranberries and the pistachios and ground cinnamon, nutmeg. I've already put the baking powder in there. Yeah, so if you wanted to swap any of the nuts out, you could. It also says that instead of using the cranberries, you can use glacé cherries. So I've also done this like it would be in a jar so that I can just dump it all in there. So it's all going in. I've already put the baking powder in. So it's telling me without the measuring cup for 20 seconds, and it's going to go reverse speed, and I need to use the spoon to help it. So okay, so the next step for me is to continue to do it in the bowl and then put them onto the baking tray to bake. So I can come back to you when they're done, Mary.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Rach. We'll go over to Tamara, who's going to do the Christmas pudding tiffin balls.
Hey everyone, how's it all going? So yeah, I'm going to start making the Christmas pudding tiffin balls. So pretty much we've got to add in 250 grams of the digestive biscuits broken into pieces. So I've just put them in a bowl. And next, pop the lid on, and then we're just going to chop it up for 1 second on speed 6. And they're all crushed up like that. So it's going to pop in a bowl and pop aside for later. Okay, so next we're going to melt our butter. So I've just got 100 grams of milk chocolate. So pop them in. It will now grate it for us as well. So it's just to scrape down the sides. So as you can see, it's kind of melting it down as we go. And then we're going to add in our 100 grams of unsalted butter. And then 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. Like so. And then this is all going to mix in together. And that's going to go for 3 minutes. So, Mary, if anybody wants to hop on.
We can hop over to Kirsty to start her honey cinnamon roasted almonds, please.
Hello. All right, I'm on. Sorry, someone was just jumping in the picture. So I'm doing the honey cinnamon roasted almonds. These are from Recipe Community. These are awesome because you can put them into little jars. So you can do from teachers' gifts, or you can just pop them in your hampers as well. And these are delicious if you can actually get them into the jars because they're that yummy. These are really simple, really quick, and you can pump out a few batches of these really quickly. So I'm just going to throw the butter in. So it's just 30 grams of butter. So I have lemonade to make it easy for myself. Honey. So it's just 50 grams of honey. So you can add a little bit extra, and that way, obviously, extra nuts as well. And then we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. So I like my pink Himalayan. We're going to add our vanilla and our cinnamon as well. So that all goes in. Teaspoon of vanilla, obviously perfectly measured in. And cinnamon. So half a teaspoon of cinnamon as well. Just got to make sure I've labelled these properly. So half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that's just we're going to heat that up. It's just going to be 2 minutes of aroma speed 1. And then we just add the nuts. This is this is one of the simplest things that you can make. 2 minutes, aroma speed 1. Come back to me in 2 minutes.
Perfect. Okay, Tamara, are you good, or you want me to go to someone else while you wait?
Someone else. I've still got 2 minutes.
No dramas. Alicia, are you right to do your Baileys?
Yeah, sorry, just jumping off mute. Hi guys, I'm going to show you the quickest Baileys recipe ever. You literally throw everything in the Thermomix, and 30 seconds later you have Baileys that you can gift to family, friends, teachers, maybe a sneaky teacher. It is a Thermo Bliss recipe that is online, so you have free access to it. I have the book, the cocktail book, so I'm going to go straight into it. And my little visitor has come yet again.
Always.
I'm just going to pop him to the side. All right, are you ready, Tom? Yeah. So we're just going to go to the scales. Whoop, careful. We're going to go to the scales and we're going to measure everything in. Can you hold this for Mummy? Okay, so we need 230 grams of cream. I'm going to whack that straight in. Now I've pre-measured everything. So yeah, that's fine, mate. Then we're going to put in a can of condensed milk. You want to put that in? It's a bit sticky. All of it.
Wow, it's a bit
Great Parenting 101 here. Alcohol with children.
I smell it.
Smells good? Mm-hmm. So we pop that in.
All of it.
We pop a teaspoon of coffee. Pop that in. All of it.
Wow.
A teaspoon of vanilla extract. Pop that in.
Oh, that smells so good.
We need 45 grams of chocolate sauce. I use the good stuff, Hershey's.
Mom, that's what ice cream.
I'm going to squeeze it in. Oh.
Is that enough?
Not yet. Whoop, that's enough. And then we're going to do some Irish whiskey.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I need to just tear my scales. And that is 375 grams.
That's enough.
I think it's all of it I need to put in.
Enough.
Yep, all of it.
Bye.
Woohoo! And that's it. Pop the lid on. 30 seconds. What speed is it, Tom? What speed is it? Speed 4. Now, we go to speed 4 because there is cream in there and you don't want to beat the cream till it's whisked. So we're just going to slowly do that for 30 seconds. Did you say hello to everyone? No.
Look at that. Look at that. I was watching Storybox.
15 seconds. It makes a litre of Baileys and it lasts in the fridge for 2 months. And that's it. Everything in, chuck everything in, 30 seconds later, oh God, it smells so good. And we have Baileys. You can't really see it. I don't want to spill it. But this is what it looks like when you gift it. Pop them into some sterilised jars. That's it. Super easy.
Delicious. Thanks, Alicia.
No worries. No.
Okay. Rachel, Samara, or Kirsty?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah. All right. So 2 minutes is up. This is heated it through. So all you got to do now, so you can see that there, the syrup, throw your nuts in, and it's 30 seconds on reverse just to mix them through. 30 seconds, reverse, speed 2, maybe speed 1. Once that's done, we're going to put it into our pan, chuck it in the oven to 170 degrees. Every 5 minutes, you've got to give it a stir because you don't want it to set because you want it to be nice and sticky. So as it sort of heats up, it gets all tacky, so that way the coating will stick to it. So, oh, it's nearly done.
Kirsty, I think someone asked if you can double the almond recipe. Can you double it, do you know?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 times. So that's your almonds. So they are coated in that syrup. Yeah, I've doubled it. I think I've even tripled it because there's not much in there. It's coating the almonds and then getting it onto an oven tray. So that sort of covers one oven tray. Because you don't want them to stick together.
Ask Alicia, how much does the Baileys make roughly?
1 litre.
1 litre? Oh, perfect. Thank
1 litre and it lasts for 2 months in the fridge.
No, it doesn't. It'll never last 2 months in the fridge.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Not in my fridge.
You need new friends.
I wanted to, but I held back.
Are you ready if we go to tomorrow, Kirsty?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm probably 15 minutes away now.
All right, Samara, you're up.
Yes. Hey, okay, so that's all melted down. Now, if it doesn't melt, to be that runny, you can prolong the time for 1 minute. So now it's saying to add in 50 grams of raisins and add back in your biscuits. Like so. And then we're going to mix it all together for 30 seconds. My daughter's doing art and craft while we're... Okay. So now it's saying to roll out once it's all mixed in. So now I will roll them out. They say this much makes around 36 puddings, but mine are quite generous, but I'll show you that shortly. After that, it says to put in the fridge for 10 minutes. So if anybody wants to go next.
Yeah. If you want to just pop in the chat again when you're ready to go, then we can.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you. Rachel, are you good?
They're just cooking in the oven. They've still got about 12 minutes to go.
Okay, cool. Elia.
Hi guys, I'm making chai tea powder. I'm Elia. It's super easy and a great gift to anyone. I've been drinking chai tea for 9 years since I tried it in South Africa. Sorry, I'm like nervous. And I loved it. And so when I came back from South Africa, I lived in Leichhardt, which was, Norton Street, home of all the Italians. And I asked for it and everyone was like, no, every restaurant and cafe. They're like, no, this is like Little Italy. There's no chai latte around, but now it's everywhere, which is amazing. But this is easy to make. So we've got 6 cardamom pods. So chuck those in. it says 1 whole nutmeg, but I've just got the little nutmeg powder. So just sprinkle a bit in there. Mine's a little bit stuck, so not much is coming out. I love nutmeg. We've got 2 star anise. Chuck that in. 6 whole cloves, just black cloves. 3 cinnamon quills, love cinnamon. Chuck that in. Vanilla bean cut into pieces. So I ages ago bought vanilla pods and then just milled them. So I'm just using a tablespoon of the vanilla bean. Black peppercorns, 1/4 teaspoon. We're going to mix that for 30 seconds. Milk. I've got these jars. I don't know if you can hear me when it's milling. Yeah. So I bought this from Kmart. It's already got a ribbon and a cute little label. But if you didn't want that big one, you can always get little ones, you know, and ribbon. I've got this Tupperware one that has a little spoon. Well, I use this one for home for me. I'm never sure if you can hear one moving. So now I'm adding the milk powder. So that's just milk. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's just small powder. So we're adding 300 grams of milk powder in there. 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. Black tea leaves, 60 grams. And white sugar, 100 to 120. I think I got about 100 in there. And again, another 30 seconds. I've got my little mug, my Santa mug. So I'm just going to brew it in my Thermomix. It's like I'm shouting. I'm going to add 250 grams of water, and it's going to heat up at 100 degrees for 3 minutes, just 3 to 4 teaspoons. You can also add milk and make it chai latte as well. And you can also, make chai latte, which I was saying. Add milk, have an iced chai latte, which I absolutely love, cold milk, and to let it cool down, and then you can have it, cold milk and ice cubes. So that's it. So that's the powder done, guys. I'm going to fill it into my little containers. I'm going to brew myself a tea. I'll take a photo after, and yeah, I'm sure we'll post it all on our Facebook pages and groups and Instagram, which I'm sure all of you.
Super easy, Olivia. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, so Sue, we'll go to Sue. She's going to do choc mocha almonds.
Hi everyone. Yeah, this recipe I found on Facebook the other day, and when I went searching for it, it's under Switzerland. So don't forget to change your filters when you search for it. So we're going to get started. Got the butterfly in, the oven's preheated, the tray's lined. So 1 egg white, a pinch of salt, okay, that's going to whip for 2 minutes, so I'll come back to you when that's finished whipping.
Yep, no worries. So we can go over to either Kirsty or Rachel if they're ready, but I don't think they are. Ilham, did you want to do your salts, or Kirsty, did you want to do your gingerbread house?
Doesn't matter. I don't mind. Oh, whoever's ready, I can go.
You can go.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. So my recipe is not on Cookie Dough. It's actually on the Alice and Alexandra website. And as per normal, when I sit here and wait for my turn, my Thermomix switches off. But anyway, we're good to go. So it is on the Alice and Alice Alexandria website, and I'm sure that Mary or Sandra will be setting the links to all of these recipes after. So I've already pre-measured all my ingredients. I'm making bath salts. Did I even mention that? I'm making sleepy bath salts. So what I've got in this bowl is pre-measured Himalayan salt, 200 grams, and I've got 2 tablespoons of what was meant to be dried lavender, but I ran out. So I'm using just the normal rose petals, edible rose petals. And because it's already measured, I'll just chuck it in. And 5 seconds on speed 10. Okay, and then I've also pre-measured 75 grams of citric acid, 200 grams of bicarb, and 200 grams of Epsom salts, and then I'll just put that in. And we'll mix that for 3 seconds on speed 5. And I've pre-measured 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 teaspoon of lavender oil. And then we'll just keep this going for 1 minute on speed 3. And we'll pour it in slowly through the top. Okay. So while that's going, can you guys hear me? Because it's not too noisy. So while that's going, it's meant to be like a wet sand sort of texture, like more like damp, not wet, damp sand texture. And it makes about 4 cups. And you use 1 cup per bath. So you can either give like 4 different people 1 cup each, or you can make one whole, you can give one whole, like all that you're making the 4 cups in one jar. And just what I'll do is I'll put a purple ribbon or Christmas ribbon, and I'll just put a lavender stem on the side, just as decoration too. But I'll show you what it looks like. When it's up.
Hey, Ilham, question, could you dry your own rose petals?
Yes, but obviously if you're not using pesticides and things like that in it, you need to make sure that you, it depends on, you need to know which flowers you can use, because certain flowers are obviously poisonous, you can't use, so things like lavender you can, yes, for sure, but it's so easy to go to the spice shop and get the edible flowers too. You know what I mean? And roses, if you actually growing your own roses and you know what you're not using pesticides that's not good, then yes, for sure, certainly dry it in the oven or just dry it over a couple of days, and yeah, that's good too. But this is what it looks like. If it needs more, you can just 5 seconds more, it's fine. Just to scrape down the sides, but it looks like that.
It looks so great, and that was so easy.
So quick and easy. 4 cups, and that's what it is. And because this jar is quite big, I'll just add another cup to this one, and then my son's teacher will have 5 baths out of this one. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ilham.
You're welcome.
Sue, are you good to go?
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay, so here's our eggs white whipped up. So now we're adding 100 grams of caster sugar. It says vanilla sugar, but I haven't got any, so I'll just put in a teaspoon of vanilla. Then we've got a half teaspoon of ground cardamom, some instant coffee, a tablespoon of cocoa, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, that has a bit of a mix. Just for 20 seconds. Okay, we take the butterfly out. And there's our mixture. Okay, it asks for 400 grams of blanched almonds, but I didn't have any blanched, so I've just got the natural almonds. So they go in. And we'll give the sides a scrape down. And they're going to mix for 20 seconds at speed 1 on reverse. Okay, that's them done. So now they go into an oven for 15 minutes at 150. Then you wait for them to cool to break them up.
Awesome, Sue. Thank you.
So I've got the finished product here. I don't know if you can see them. But also a good almond one is Almond Addiction, which I made this afternoon. And it's called Addiction because they're addictive and they're going to school tomorrow, so I don't eat them.
Good plan.
And you can get little snap lock bags that you can seal them in, put in hampers. You can buy them on eBay. So there you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now we'll go back over to Tamara. I think she's ready to go.
Hey everyone. Okay, so I've rolled them all out into balls. I've popped them in the fridge. I'm now just going to melt down the white chocolate to pop on top. So 200 grams of white chocolate, 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, okay, now that will now melt. It will chop it up and then it will then melt. Next, it just says scrape down the sides. So just like so. And now that will then melt. Once that's melted, then I'll just show you what they look like when they're finished. So they will pop up like so. I have bought these little macaroon boxes here from, you can get them from like cake shops and things like that. So I'll just pop them in like so. Now with the decorations of the holly, literally you can buy these packets from your supermarket, cake shops, anything like that, and then you can pop them on top so they look like little puddings. Yeah, so that's done. That's it. Thanks.
Fantastic. Carolyn is ready to go with the chutney.
Hi. I'm back. So basically I meant to mention, because I've doubled the recipe, you need to cook it for an extra 20% cooking time. So because it was on 20 minutes, I cooked it for an extra 4 minutes. So now I'm going to add the rest of it. So I've got half to 1 fresh long red chilli, which I'm actually putting in a whole one anyway. Next, I've got 200 grams of light brown sugar. I'm putting in 400 grams. Carrot. Spill it everywhere. Giant. Next one, teaspoon of salt. 200 grams of red wine vinegar. It's actually 400 grams. Probably going to be a whole bottle at this rate. And again, we'll have to double the cooking time for this. So the measuring cup is a bowl. And again, 25 minutes, so I'll add another 20%. So it'll work out to be 30 minutes and 40 seconds. So I'm just going to manually do that. And onto aroma. And that's it. Back to you, Mary. And here's one quickly that I prepared earlier. So I've just done a ribbon in the jar and just done some labels with the ingredients on the back.
That looks great, Carolyn. Well done.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you. Okay, so we will go back to Kirsty. I'm sure she'll be ready with her almonds. Kirsty, are you ready with your almonds? She's gone MIA. Okay, I'm sure she's there somewhere. Oh no, she's on mute. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I did unmute. Somebody muted me.
Oh, not me.
That's all right, because my almonds were ready just before Caroline came back on. So I've weighed in my sugar. I've weighed in a little bit of salt. I've tipped the almonds back in there, shaken them around, because if you don't do it straight away, they don't stick. So I've shaken them out, and you've got to lay them back out on your tray. So if you can see that, they're coated now. So you've just got to let them cool down. Once they're cooled down, sort of try and let them spread apart a little bit, because otherwise they're going to cling together and you've got to break them all up. And then, yeah, once they're done, you just put them into your little jars, like I said before, put a little label on it so people know what's in them. And, yeah, that's your nuts. Well, my nuts. I'm going to enjoy my nuts later.
They look delicious.
Yes.
Did you want to, Rach, you're not ready yet, are you? Yours aren't finished?
Almost, not yet.
Okay, Kirsty, did you want to start your gingerbread house?
Yep. All right, can you see me all right? All right, beautiful. That's all on the screen. All right. So I've got little silicone molds. You can get these from the mix shop at the moment. They are in a bundle as well. There's a couple of bundles on there. Makes them really cheap. I think they're $20 or something like that. These are amazing. It does say to dust them with corn flour and set aside. I don't worry about it. Silicone. So we hit next 380 grams. Oh no, I've got the wrong recipe. Okay, my week. Sorry. Gingerbread biscuits. Make sure it's the right one. Yep. All right, hit start cooking. So I preheated my oven. Got baking trays ready to go. 380 grams of plain flour. So just tip that in. A little oven, not going to hurt. 1.5 tablespoons of ground ginger. This makes an amazing flavour. If you really like ginger, add more. If you don't like ginger that much, don't worry about it as much. Teaspoon of mixed spice. Here's my little thing. Teaspoon of mixed spice. Teaspoon of bicarb. Okay, 100 grams of brown sugar. I have weighed that out a little bit earlier. Plonk that in. 150 grams of golden syrup. So this is stuff that I made the other day. So much cheaper. It cost me, I think it was 40 cents to make that much golden syrup, and there's well over 600 mils there. So I'm just going to tip in 150 grams. There we go. 150 grams of butter. So again, straight from the fridge is best. And I'm going to come up short. Oh my God. That wasn't worked out too well. 150 grams. Don't cut yourself. Pinch of sea salt. I use salted butter, so don't worry about it. 1 egg yolk, which I also prepared earlier. One guy in, which is handy because you use the egg white for the icing. Insert the measuring cup in the mixing bowl lid. We hit next, turn it up to speed 6. It's 12 seconds. Scrape in the sides with the spatula, and then we're going to knead it. So it should still look pretty, almost like the gingerbread consistency. You still do need to knead it though. Quick scrape. Insert measuring cup back in. Don't need to if you've got a TM6 lid. And twist the dial, 50 seconds. Come back to me.
Alicia, do you want to start your the fudge?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Awesome, thank you.
Hey, I'm back. I'm just going to make a white chocolate Christmas fudge. This is also a Thermomix recipe, which you can find online. I've just printed it today. So I'll just get started. So obviously not on Cookie Dough, so we're going to need to go to the scales. And we put in 500 grams of grated chocolate. Now, you can grate it as part of the process to make things quicker. I've already pre-grated it, so you just grate it for 5 seconds, speed 7. I'm just going to whack all that in. Whoops, I'm making a bit of a mess. Mind my kids, they're being giggly behind me. Taking full advantage that Mum's home alone. Then we add 200 grams of sweetened condensed milk. Now you can make your own condensed milk on in your Thermomix as well. I was time poor, so I just used the tin. But obviously much cheaper when you're making it yourself. And then that's it. We pop the lid on and we let it cook between 8 and 10 minutes. I'm going to put it on for 8 minutes because my chocolate is grated. It shouldn't take too long. At 100 degrees, speed 2. I'll be back soon, Mary.
Thanks, Alicia.
No
Kirsty,
worries.
are you right, or you want Rach to go?
I'm good.
Okay.
All right. So your dough, what you've got to do with your dough is cut it into 7 pieces. I love this thing, the mix shop. Try and get them even. That one's a little bit bigger. But I do this straight from the pan, like straight from the Thermomix. I don't put it in the fridge first. I get in the molds and then I put it in the fridge. And that way it's sort of, I don't know, it's easy to get in there. So easiest way to do it, what is the right one? Okay, this one here. So you just spread it out with your hand into the mold. So you can use the roller. I've done it cheats way and just got the roller out and done that as well and just rolled it into it. Make sure it's all on the sides. It's too thick. And then with your scraper, I find just to flatten it out so that way your edges are all, especially the edges you got to sort of glue together. Make sure they're all nice and flat. And you just got to, yeah, basically put it in your 6 pieces. And once that's done, here's one I prepared earlier. You've got your 6 pieces. 6 pieces plus all your little bits and pieces ready to go. So they literally cook for, I think it's 15 minutes. And you pull it out and then we're going to put it together really, really quickly. We will need to do, cancel the recipe. My week. So we're going to do the royal icing. So royal icing, start cooking. So it's just 300 grams of white sugar. I'm going to mill that down. 30 seconds on speed 10.
Kirsty, we might just go back to Rach to show her biscuits because she's done. Or how long have you got?
Okay, I'm good to go. So I stopped it early. It's going to be a little bit thicker, but that's okay. All right, we've made our dust cloud. Okay, so apparently dust has no calories. So breathe it in. All right, 1 egg white. So here's one I prepared earlier. Okay, and 1/4 teaspoon of lemon juice. Now, I love this little trick, the lemon juice. So what I do with mine is I roll them, squish it all up really, really well. Then you get your skewer and you shove it in one end. So that way, you've got a little pourer without all the mess. Till next time. All right, lid goes on. Turn to speed 6 for 10 seconds and then we'll see it.
Rach, do you just quickly want to show your cookies?
Yep, so there's the cookies all done. That's how they end up.
Awesome.
Really, really nice on the inside. And like everyone else, I've done a jar up to send them in to work with my husband.
Beautiful.
So yeah,
Thanks.
Thanks.
Am I back? Am I still on? Am I off mute still?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's done. Ready to go. So another great item from the mix shop, I'm really plugging the mix shop tonight, is your little piping bag. These are fantastic. I absolutely love mine. You can fit different nozzle sizes on there as well. You don't have to use the one that's come with it. The ones that are with it are quite large, so I've just ripped them off, you know, the Glad Bake ones. I've just ripped it out of one of those. I'm using the nozzle for that. All right, that's enough. We've got plenty there. All right. The easiest way to do it is in a cup like that. And just so you don't make a huge mess, I always find these little clips. You can get them from IKEA. Clip it on because the amount of time that it comes out the other end is just ridiculous. All right. Now, this little trick is fantastic. This makes them go together so much quicker. So we've got our 2 side walls and we've got our front and our back door. All right. So I'm going to paste just the sides where they're going to be glued. Is my camera on the right spot? Probably not. There we go.
I can see you from the top anyway.
Okay. So you're just going to basically pipe enough on those sides and the same on the other one. This just makes them go together really, really quickly. And the bottom of this one as well. So it's going to stick to my little tray. All right, the sides go in. So you put it where you want to position it. Sides go in. Now, I've watched the poor buggers on the Thermomix in Australia page the other day with a tin. I'm thinking, oh my God, how painful is that? So I get my little pins, these little ones with little knobby things on the end, and you just pin them. Tiny little pins. All you've got to do is once it's dry, pull the pins out. There's no hole, you can't see them. And that's going to hold there while you're putting the whole thing together. So I did this afternoon in about 10 minutes. And you just put your pins in it. Turn it around a little bit. So if your husband's a builder, he should be able to do these better than you. So just poke them through. So I don't know if you can see that. You've got your little pin sitting there, right on the edges, holding it together. And we go around the other side. So it's kind of just like using a hot glue gun, really. Line them up, pop your pins in. It's not going to collapse. There's no stupid big ugly bread tin or cake tin that you've got to lean it up against. They're not going to fall apart. And the same with the roof. You just basically pinning it together. Look at that. So then you've got your roof pieces. Move that over a little bit. So it's easier to do it on here. Sorry, I'm on the other side of it. Then you pop your lid pieces on one at a time and pin them. 1, 2. Everybody's gone quiet. It's like mealtime at home, isn't it?
Because you're making it look so easy.
Because it bloody is. Oh my God. You watch people start making these like crazy now. Just remember to pull your pins out before you start putting.
Concentrating to what you're doing.
Sorry?
Everyone is full on concentrating to what you're doing, and everyone on the chat saying how amazing your tips are.
Yeah.
Especially the pin one.
Work smarter, not
Oh,
harder.
look, Sherilyn said, we are mesmerized by your talent.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, and it's just pin them. So I have done another one, you know, here's one I've done earlier.
How many gingerbread houses will you have? 4?
3, I think. See, even the little chimney, you just paste the little chimney together. And this clip idea is just, oh, next level, man. So you just glue them together. Make sure there's none spewing out everywhere. Beautiful. I will let that dry for 5 minutes. But yeah, how easy is that? How much mess have I made? Like
none.
Done. And then you just start slipping this stuff all over the place. And lining everything. It's too easy, mate. Too easy.
Amazing.
You stick with the Blade Runners, you'll learn a heap. So here's one I started doing earlier. And you just, yeah, start sticking things on everywhere. Little tree. I've got hundreds and thousands that I shove everything on. I mean, it's just, it's so easy to decorate. It's just, especially if you've got the little, all your little bits and pieces, all your different candies and stuff. You just start pasting everything on.
How do we make sure that it gets out, like it doesn't get stuck in the molds?
It won't. You can spray it if you want, but I've never sprayed it, and I've never had it stick.
You put corn flour in it? Is that what it said to do at the beginning?
Yeah, well, it says you can spray it, but I never have. I don't see the point of spraying it if it's not going to stick. So obviously, as much detail as you like to do. But 100 people, so quiet, it's not funny.
It's making me come back to Hansel and Gretel.
We can go to Alicia if she's ready and we can come back to you, Kirsty. Do you want us to do that?
Oh, if you want. I'll be here. I'm going anyway.
We'll go to Alicia if you're ready.
All right.
Just got 10 seconds, guys. And then we're going to add 80 grams of pistachios, or you could use almonds, or if you want to opt the nuts out, that's fine as well. And then just 80 grams of cranberries. You can use any dried fruit, but being that it's Christmas, cranberries is usually what we use. So that's just melted together. It's quite sticky, but that's okay. That's budgie. And I'm just going to chuck that 80 grams of nut pistachios in. And this is 100 grams, so I'll just do a little bit less. That. And then we whack the lid back on. 20 seconds. Reverse, speed 1. And that's it. And then once that's done, I then put it in my pre-prepared tin, and then it has to go in the fridge for 8 hours, overnight best. But my little tip is, if you're ever working with anything sticky like fudge or even sugar work, spray your spatula with olive oil spray. It will not stick to your spatula. So I'll show you. Nobody likes sticky stuff everywhere. Just looks like this. And then I'll just pop it in. Check out this. That's it.
Brilliant tip, Alicia. Great idea. Brilliant tip.
No worries.
Thank you. Kirsty, are you still decorating? I muted you. Let me unmute you. I don't know if we can unmute you. Can we, Sandra? I can't unmute her. Sorry, Kirsty. If you're still, don't abuse me with the sound off.
There we go. I'm back.
That's beautiful.
You can decorate with it, whatever you've got. Like, yeah, mustics. I've got the little freckles. These ones are really yummy. I mean, easy to work with. They're just the little, I think they've got sherbet in them. Your mustics, all your different little, because I've just dumped things in the colour as well. Oh, a little Christmas tree. How cute is that? But yeah, easy peasy.
Sweet, now I get to follow that with rosemary salt. How exciting. Thanks, Kirsty. All right, so I've got two that I'm going to show you. I'll show you the rosemary salt first. Actually, I'll show you the churros crumb. I've got the churros crumb ready to go. So churros crumb, I had to make a batch earlier just to make sure that it worked, you know, and I had to try it to make sure it tasted good, and it tastes amazing. So it tastes exactly like a cinnamon donut. It's so delicious. So I've already pre-done this. Basically, all you had to do was weigh the macadamias into a tray, pop in 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a pinch of salt, and then you just stir it. I just shook it around in the tray, and then you pop it in the oven on 160 for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then it's got to sit aside for 15 minutes and cool. So that's good to go. So then all you have to do is just pop this in the Thermomix bowl, all of it. Cup. Now this takes 2 seconds on speed 6. And that's your churros crumb done. So I've popped one in a little jar if you want to give them little portions of it. You don't need it. You can pop a little bit or a lot on top of yogurt or on top of ice cream. Lots of different options. And then there's a 300 ml one. So that was one batch, the 2 things. So I reckon if you put it in a 400 or 500 ml jar, that would be perfect if you wanted to gift the whole thing. And then I've just popped a little ribbon around it. It's not very fancy, but it's simple. And that's it all done in 2 seconds. So that's your churros crumb. Now I'll do the rosemary salts. That one's super simple as well. Val, did you want to show your olive oil if you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready if it's up to you.
No, you go, and then I'll finish.
Okay. So the olive oils, the garlic oil's been cooked. I've just transferred it into a Pyrex jug just so it could cool down a lot quicker. And I actually did pop it in the freezer because it does get to Veroma heat, so it does get very, very hot. So once it's cooled down, you just pour it in a oil bottle. So you can get these bottles from Kmart. They're about $3 and they come with this little spout. So when you pour in the oil, just grab extra, you just need a few extra cloves of garlic, also slightly crushed. I've popped about 5 in there. So then what we need then to pour the oil in there, we just need a funnel and just a fine mesh sieve. So I've just got this tiny little one which works well. And then you just pour it in there and it'll capture any of the remains from the oil, from the garlic that was cooking in the oil. So then once that's poured in, the garlic that's in there will also infuse with the oil as well. And I'll just show you. And once that's done, you just pop the lid on and it's done. So that's your garlic oil there. Earlier, I've prepared 2 other varieties. I've prepared a chili oil, which is made with the bird's eye chilies. So that I've prepared earlier, and I've popped a little nice cute little tag on there. And I've also done a lemon and thyme oil as well. So same method, you pop the ingredients in there with the oil, let it cook for 20 minutes, And then once it's cooled, you just pop extras in there for extra flavoring, and then just fill it up with the oil, and there's your quick little infused oil gift.
That looks fantastic. Well done, Val.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got, with the salt, I'm going to do rosemary salt. There are a couple of different options that you can do as well. So there's a citrus salt that you can make. And there's also a British spice rub that I've heard is really popular. I haven't tried that one myself yet, but there's a British spice rub as well, which is really nice. So I'm going to do the rosemary salt today. So we've got to line a baking tray with baking paper, and then we've got 10 sprigs of rosemary. This is fresh out of the garden, which is beautiful. It smells so good, the one that I made before. Measuring cup. All right, so it's going to mill for 1 minute. Carolyn, did you want to show your chutney, or have you already done? No, it's not finished. All right, so that sounds like it's mostly done. I'm just going to check, and it's only gone for 30 seconds, but that's done. So that still had another 24 seconds, but it doesn't need it. So then we're just going to pop 250 grams of sea salt in. Okay, so next, and this is 2 seconds, guys. And then it just says to pop it on the tray and leave it overnight to dry out evenly. So that's your rosemary salt. Again, you can do a citrus salt. This is really good on meats, chicken or any red meat. Yeah, that's it. So Kirsty, have you finished your gingerbread before or 3 gingerbread houses?
Yeah, as much as I'm going to do. Just playing now.
All right, cool. So we're all done, I think. Alicia, did you want to show us your fudge when it's finished before it goes in the fridge?
Can. If I was a little more prepared, I was rushing this afternoon, I would have had some already made for you guys, but I will take a photo and we will pop it up on all of our socials. But I've just popped it into my tin and I'm going to pop it in the fridge. I'm going to probably cheat and put it in the freezer for a bit so I can get a photo to you sooner. But like I said, doing the oil on your spatula, it makes it so much easier to even smooth your fudge out in your tray, not just getting it out of your bowl. And look, I literally have nothing on it. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So that's everyone done. We've seen everyone's prezzies. I hope everyone loved that and got a lot out of it. I thought that was awesome, guys. You guys did so well. So many great tips and so many great gifts for teachers and friends and everyone. Looks awesome. So Sandra will send out all of the recipes for you after this, either tonight or tomorrow. And so you can all start getting cooking. So I hope you all loved it. If you really like the look of this and there's something else that you would like to do, you could always ask your consultant if they're happy to host a workshop with you or a cooking learning or an experience with you where you can make, have a little day where you can make some Christmas gifts. If there's any other questions, please pop them in the chat and we will be able to answer them. Even if we can't tonight, we can pop them in an email to you. So thank you everyone who jumped on. We had 100 people. That's our record, isn't it, Sandra? 100 people. Amazing. Elia, that looks awesome. We'll pop up some photos for you all on our socials. If this has inspired you to get it cooking again, reach out to your consultant and I'm sure they'll be happy to do another cooking experience with you. We love it when you all love your Thermomixes and get the most out of them. So I hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you for jumping on. Sandra, did I miss anything? Do you want to add anything?
You were awesome, Mary. Well done on running your first class. Yay!
Just a small class, 100 people.
You're so good. You're so good.
Thanks, Mary. I've still got 1 minute 40 to go. Sorry.
All good, Carolyn. I think you showed us the jar at the end anyway before.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did show it.
I did think that.
Yeah.
I did think that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
just wanted to show them pouring it in, but it doesn't matter.
Lots of chat, lots of comments in the chat. Everyone looks like they had a great time. Looks like
Thanks, Mary.
Lots of great tips. Sherilyn said, all of you did so well. Thanks so much. Very inspiring group of ladies. Fantastic. And thanks for the tips too. Kirsty, I know someone did ask about the lemon tip, if you could show them again.
Oh, yeah. Am I on mute?
No, you're off mute.
Okay. You get your lemon. You just basically squeeze the crap out of it until you can feel it's all loose on the inside. I've got a little skewer here somewhere. But just a toothpick. I do have toothpicks. You just shove it into the top, tip it up, and then you just squeeze it and your juice comes out. So no mess. I do that at demos when I use lemon juice. What do I use it for? And that might have been hummus or something like that, or some sort of cocktail. I don't know. So, but yeah. I'm hungry.
We have someone in the chat asking, hello everyone, can you tell us a bit about us all? How long have we been using a Thermomix and how long have we been a consultant? Who wants to go first?
Gladly do that. Alicia, you're off mute. You go. I know you're on mute now. Kirsty, you go.
All right. Hi, I'm Kirsty. I've been doing Thermomix for a little over 7 years. Absolutely love it. Couldn't see myself doing anything else. I joined to earn a Thermomix and never quit. So I'm still here and enjoying it, doing really well. I'm going to Byron Bay, courtesy of Thermomix, next year, and also Gold Coast for a massive party, all fully paid for. So I'm really looking forward to it. So there's a good chance that I'm going to meet Guy and Jules Sebastian as well at this event. So
exciting. And
I'm so jealous.
Kirsty, you were going to stop when you ran out of demos, right?
Yeah.
And you're still doing them. Always had a demo booked in, a cooking experience booked in for 7 years.
Yeah, well, my rule of thumb was if I ever walked into a month and I didn't have any demos left, that would be my last month. So I think I've done like 16 this month and I've got another 3 to go. So 3.
Amazing.
4, yeah. So possibly end up doing 20 demos this month. Hey, it's 2 hours, 40 hours. How long does everybody else work?
You're a superstar.
Work smarter, not harder.
Alicia, do you want to go?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Alicia. I'm a mum of 4. I'm a stay-at-home mum because my husband runs a business and he's a policeman as well full-time. So this gives me the freedom to work whenever I like and around the kids and on the lounge and in my kitchen, and I use my Thermomix every day. Most of the time it's several times a day. My 3-year-old even knows how to use, now 4-year-old knows how to use it. My 11-year-old uses it every morning for smoothies. Unattended, she just does it herself while I'm getting the others ready. I've been with Thermomix I've just had my 1-year anniversary and I'm still here. So yeah, that's it. That's it about me.
Awesome. Sandra. Yeah.
Me? Okay, well, I've been a consultant now for 7 years and I got my first Thermomix 9 years ago. And I tell everyone this, I was one of those people that would never buy a stupid, overpriced blender because I know how to cook and I love my pots and pans. So that was me for around 5 years whilst my auntie had her Thermomix and she kept saying I needed to buy one. And I was like, there is absolutely no way ever. Anyway, 7 years on, I'm a consultant and I've been a team leader now for 5 years with this awesome team. So that's my story in a nutshell.
Awesome.
Rachel, do you want to go next?
Oh, yeah, go.
So I've been doing it for, I haven't hit my 6-week mark yet, but I was exactly like you, Sandra. I could not see the value in it. I was like, no, I love to cook. I can't do this. And then Mary lent me hers 18 months ago and I got the TM5 and I've just joined the business to earn the TM6 because I've fallen in love with it and I use it every day. So yeah, it's great. I don't understand how people get them and just put them on the shelf. And I think these cooking classes are great to give people a little bit of inspiration. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks,
I
Rach.
work full time, so yeah.
All right, thanks, Rach. Sue, do you want to go next?
Hi. I've been with Thermomix about 6 years. I've owned a Thermomix for about 7. I originally bought the 31 and then the TM5 come out and I didn't want to look at the TM5 because I knew if I looked at it, I'd want to buy it. And then I decided to join the team and earn the TM5, but only be a consultant while I earned the TM5. But 6 years later, I'm still here. I work full time and I'm a cake decorator in between. So I use my Thermomix a lot for cake decorating, buttercreams, ganaches, cake mixes. So, and I take it to school and use up the leftover veggies in the fridge for the teachers from hospo and whip up lunch for them on Mondays and Fridays when I can. That's me.
Awesome. Thanks, Sue. Bilham?
So I've been a consultant for 5 years. It was my 5-year anniversary this November. And actually, it's funny, I went to my first cooking experience, didn't know what I was going into. Actually ended up taking a pavlova to the cooking experience, to the demo. And I think when they did the sugar, milling the sugar, raw sugar into icing sugar, my jaw dropped, and that was it for me. I was like, no, I've got to get this. Even though I went in there going, whatever it is, whatever they're selling, I'm not getting anything, but walked out buying it. Loved it. When they did my delivery, I actually signed up to become a consultant. Yeah, so that's me in a nutshell.
Amazing. Val, do you want to go?
Yeah, no worries. My name is Val and I've just recently joined. I joined in July. So I've been a Thermomix owner for 6 years. I've got the TM31, so it was a big jump going from a TM31 to a TM6, but I am absolutely in love with the TM6. I use it almost every day. And what I love about being a consultant is obviously meeting all these amazing customers, but also the flexibility of being at home with the kids. I've got 3 young kids, so just being at home, being able to be at home is just the best. Yeah, so that's me pretty much in a nutshell as well. Yeah.
How long have you been a consultant?
Since July.
Since July, cool, awesome.
So about, just 5 months?
Yeah.
4
awesome.
months? 4 months.
Thanks, Val. Tamara, do you need to put your daughter to bed? Do you want to go? Sorry, I just noticed.
Hi, I'm Tamara. Yeah. So hi, Ariel. Oh, fist. Yeah, I guess I'm Tamara. I've got 3 kids. I did work full time, but I've gone down to part time. I've been a consultant since September, I think it is. Yeah. But I've had my Thermomix for over 12 months. The reason why I bought my Thermomix was because I have my 3rd child and I really wanted to kick out all the preservatives and just make proper food. Also, it's a really good aid to teach your kids maths and measuring and things like that. So there have been the joys from it, and not just that, my husband is cooking more now since I've got a Thermomix. So yeah, top tip.
Amazing.
But yeah, me.
Thanks, Tamara.
Thanks.
Elia, did you want to go?
Hi, I'm Elia. I've had my Thermomix for 5 years and I got it when my son was a newborn because I was on maternity leave and I thought I need to try it, you know, while I've got time to experiment, and I loved it. I was a hopeless cook before. He was the cook. and now I do all the cooking. So maybe, yeah, anyway. So I'm a high school teacher as well. And yeah, I do this on like at night, yeah, when the kids go to bed, and I love, you know, going out and changing people's lives basically, because it definitely changed mine.
Awesome, Elia. Amazing. I think that's everyone apart from me. If I've missed anyone, take yourself off mute, please. So my name's Mary. I just saw someone ask, where are you located? So I don't know if you all want to pop in the chat where you're from.
I'm in Wattle Grove. Oh, sorry, chat.
Good, but I think we're all fairly local anyway, aren't we? From like,
yeah, we're all in Southwest Sydney, Macarthur region. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So my name's Mary. I got my first Thermomix, was a TM5, and I got it probably 18 months ago, maybe close to 2 years ago. I originally got it because my son needed to, he was only little, but he needed a lot taken out of his diet, a lot like intolerances and stuff like that. So, and then it became taking preservatives out of foods, and I learned that we could make a lot ourselves, even just grating cheese. Like I didn't know that grated cheese had anti-caking agent in it, which is essentially partly made of silicon. I didn't really want to be eating silicon anymore. And then I was inspired by Kirsty. As you can see, she's a doer. She does all the things, three gingerbread houses and all. She just does so many videos, and she's so good at supporting her customers, as are all the other girls too. But she inspired me to do more with my Thermomix, and I use mine at least once every single day. And then I decided to become a Thermomix consultant just to earn my TM6, and that was back in June, and I'm still here. So, and I'm loving it, and I love it because I haven't gone back to work. I didn't want to go to full-time work or part-time work or anything like that, and I saw this as a really flexible option to get back out to meeting people as well in the community that you meet and the people that you meet doing this job. Like I love it. I absolutely love getting out and meeting different people, and the people that are in this team are amazing too. So even the people that we work with, I love it. So community is a big one for me too. So that's me. So thank you everyone for coming. Sandra, do you want to finish? We've finished, haven't we?
It's a wrap, guys. Thank you.
So
Thank
much.
you for everyone who presented, everyone who came. You're all amazing. Have a wonderful week and take care. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Gone quiet. Am I the only one off mute? Anyone talking?
Yeah. Your gingerbread houses look amazing, Kirsty.
Thank you very
Someone's
much.
asked if you have a Facebook page, Kirsty.
I do. Doesn't everyone?
We've popped it all in the chat, so when you're ready, you can pop it in the chat.
Can somebody else talk?
It's just mesmerizing watching you.
It really is, though.
Why?
You make
I
it
don't
look
know,
so easy.
because you just make it look so easy.
I can't wait to get my mold to give it a go. We might
Yeah, maybe you want to get one.